Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome back to our third episode of Love the Ones You're With. I am so excited. The feedback on this series has been amazing, and I can't wait to feature some pretty freaking cool people in the next couple of weeks. I've got some people lined up. We've already heard from awesome people. I cannot wait to introduce you to my guest today. I'm going to invite him to join right now, and hopefully that worked. Looks like it did. So excited. So if you are new to Love the Ones You're With, guys, as my guest is coming on, Love the Ones You're With is a series designed to help you love the customers you already have. We spend a ton of time trying to talk about lead generation and buying new clients and finding new clients. And I thought it would be super fun to bring some people on as guests in this series who are just killing it at loving the clients they already have or the ones they're already connected to. So with that, no further ado, but thank you for joining me and welcome to one of my best friends in the whole world, Michael Thorne. Woo! Crowd goes wild.
Hey Val, how are you?
Good, how are you?
I've got enough voice left to get through the next 20 minutes, and then I'm probably out of voice.
Okay, fair enough.
It's been a busy 5 days. It's been an amazing 5 days, but got back home late last night.
That's right. So for those who don't know, Michael and I actually got to hang out this week. We were at Remax R4 in Las Vegas. I still clearly have an amazing voice. So one of us had more fun than the other, but that's okay. So Michael,
yes.
I know you could talk about this topic for like an hour, but we're going to keep this short and sweet. So one thing that I've been telling my guests is tell me about the number one or the top couple of things that you do to show the clients that are already in your sphere, your database, or your community the love.
We do it a lot of ways. And like you say, I could talk about this for an hour. Would be rushed. But
right.
One of the things we really try to do is we try to incorporate our why into kind of everything we do, and then let people participate in our why. So one of the examples I wanted to share with you was, we've all heard the expression, it's better to give than to receive, right? And I totally believe that. And so one of the things we give to our past clients and our sphere and our community is we give them the opportunity to give to someone else that then can receive. And it's been transformative in the relationships I have with people, the way we connect with other people. So this is one of the examples we do. So every year at Christmas time, right around November, we head down to the Langley Christmas Bureau and we sit with them and we take on a bunch of families who they have vetted that are going through a rough patch in life and need some assistance to make sure that the stress of the holidays don't impact those memories that they might have with their families. You know, that life is stressful, and a lot of these families need help throughout the year, but taking that stress off at this time of year allows them to have those memories. And so we go down to this down to the Christmas Bureau, and we sponsor a bunch of families, and then we bring those families back home and we break down their needs into 10 sections. Each section costs about $30. So there's a lot of people in my neighborhood that don't have the desire perhaps or the ability to take on an entire family of $300 to $400. And so we take those 10 little sections and we put them out to our community and we say, hey, let us know if you want to sponsor one of those sections. And we've been doing this now. We just finished up our 6th Christmas, and for the last 5 years, we've sponsored families through the Christmas Bureau until there's no more families left to be sponsored. Every family that goes into the Langley Christmas Bureau gets sponsorship. And so then what we do is we get the local businesses involved. They act up as a drop-off location for each one of the families so that we can keep it straight. So now we have 10 neighbors that are sharing in our why. We've given them the opportunity to give, to feel better at the holidays, to do something great for a neighbor. Then they go into this business. The business gets the kudos and all that they deserve to be involved in the community. And we're very particular on the businesses we choose. They have to be locally owned, locally operated. Ironically, many times there are clients' businesses, and then we share in that process. We share in collecting the food and distributing the food. And it's just this ability to, yeah, you can do a drop off at Christmas time, but it's something magical, giving the opportunity for them to give and share in that and connect in that. It's become this amazing tradition. In fact, this year, I mean, we had kids that were disappointed who had broke their piggy bank, but we didn't have a family for them. Like we have kids involved. It's become this tradition, and it's just a way of connecting at such deeper level. You know what? You've had other guests on this chat that talk about the importance of a lack of call to action on everything we do, right?
So I was going to ask that. I know there are people listening to this going, what's the ROI?
Oh, happiness, success, connections, relationships, everything. I mean, the ROI is everything. It's that relevancy to people in between the homes that they buy and they sell. And wherever the pendulum in society is swinging, it's swinging back to caring about the people that own the coffee shop, that are in our neighborhoods. It's swinging back to, I want to know more than just the 9-to-5 version of my accountant. I want to know more about the 9-to-5 version of my agent. And the great thing is this is one of these things that we'd be doing this anyway. And so bringing someone into what you care about, and then identifying that you both care about the same thing, it's just, I mean, my kids get it through. I mean, it's just a home run. And I think sometimes Melanie said it so great last week. I understand that there's two types of agents in our industry: those that are transactional and they need a transaction to pay the bills, and I get that because I was there when I started my career. And then you get into a place where you can have a business. And once you have a business, like Melanie does, she understands the value of not having a call to action. But when you're transactional, you're suffocated by the call to action because you're only thinking a month or 2 months down the road. You don't have the ability to sit back and take these really, really long plays. And so we have these beautiful, I mean, look at some of the Apple commercials we've seen at Christmas time over the years, these absolute lack of call to actions on something that has an established reputation in the community or wherever. And those resonate way more than a nice gesture followed up by an ask. I think it eliminates the nice gesture. So I think we really have to celebrate in our conferences and our conversations the wins that come because there's no call to action.
And you know what? And I know that there are people watching this or that will watch it that are thinking, I'm still in the transactional phase of my business because I'm new, or I've moved to a new location, or I'm still building. But I love that what you're saying is giving other people the opportunity to get involved in something, can be done at pretty much any level. Even if you are at that point, you don't have to have a huge database or a huge reach. Like, you've built this over time. You didn't start out doing this. Yeah. And so, there are people that could very easily say, I'm going to go out in my community and I'm going to find the 5 most neediest organizations that need volunteers. And then I'm going to go out to my sphere and say, hey guys, if you're looking to, donate an afternoon or an hour or a little bit of money, these are the areas in our community that need it most. And that's a small scale version of what you're doing, and anyone could do that.
Exactly. And just only that, say, come with me. Let's go spend an afternoon. Come with me. Be a part of this with me. And not, you should go. I mean, a lot of these things is, when we sponsored our very first family, Tyler and I and my wife said, hey, listen, if no one participates, we're going to sponsor the family anyway. So it's not this is what you should do. It's come with me, be a part of this. I care about this. And the great thing about, for us, the celebration of community, it's the one thing that every person that lives in this neighborhood cares about, regardless of family or not family, regardless of income, regardless of kids or no kids. Celebrating community is something we all care about, and we care about it more now than ever before. I think, and us as realtors, community just goes so far, so hand in hand, right? I mean, that's what we're selling. People buy community before they buy the neighborhood, before they buy the street. So on that
note, let me ask you, because I know we could talk about sponsoring forever, but I
Yeah.
think there's one other thing I would love for you to touch on. And so you created a community online, not just a Facebook group or a page or whatever. You created a community, and My North Langley has become an institution in your town. Tell us how you run an online community for the people that are in your town that are become your clients, are your past clients, are your friends, your kids' parents at school. Tell us a couple of ways that you use that community to reach out to people that are not real estate related.
29 pieces of not real estate related to one piece of real estate related.
No. I mean, just pick a couple, right? Like I know you say all of them are not real estate related, but like give 2 of your favorite ways that you've used your online community, you know, to sort of reach out to your
Sure.
people.
We really, you don't have to be the voice of your community. You're allowed to be the megaphone of your community. And that's really the most important part and probably the easiest part, right? So we have this ridiculous reach. Like my neighborhood's 57,000 people, and we regularly reach organically 60,000 people. And those are big numbers, right? Those are big numbers. But if one of your local elementary schools is doing a fundraiser for their grade 7 basketball trip, and you promote that fundraiser to the neighborhood, the whole community, that is happening, this bottle drive or this bake sale is happening. If the only people that see you share that information are the moms and the dads of the kids on that basketball team, then you become a superhero to those people. Once again, when you can amplify someone else's why, right? When you can help them reach their goals, then by nature your goals will be achieved. And so, I'm not this crazy dog person. I like dogs, but when we reunite a lost dog to the owner, not only is the owner over the moon that we found there, like we got the word out, once again, the megaphone and not the voice, we got the word out over a lost dog. Every other dog owner in our community, so 30,000 people relate to that story who happen to be dog owners in my community. So this celebration of neighbors, like I've really made an effort to address people in my community, whether they're past clients or they're leads. I'm really conditioning myself to now call them neighbors. Right. My neighbors are looking to, I got a neighbor looking to move. When we start thinking that way, that we're in this together and celebrating it, I think there's a mentality change there. That's one of the examples. It's just, a new business comes in town, or, you highlight something that someone's doing well, a great volunteer, those stories that aren't being told.
Right.
And what you have to do, if I can give any advice, if you are going to go this route, you can't go big, you got to go smaller. And I know that's counterintuitive, but highlighting what's happening in Toronto doesn't work, because there's a newspaper and a TV station that's doing it. You've got to talk about that one coffee shop, or that elementary school, or that high school function, or that little food drive. You've got to get down to where you walk the streets every day, the people that you see. It's just.
I'm going to interrupt you for 1 second.
Yeah.
So I feel like an honorary member of My North Langley.
Yes.
I've been there sort of when it was the very beginning, and I've followed it, and I visited your town, and like I'm in love with it. I would totally live there. The best burrito place, y'all. Like it is so good. But
it happens to share a wall with our new office, which is scary. So that's bad.
Just so good. But so I pay attention to, because I've been there, and I can sort of like mentally walk through when you say, hey, vanilla ice cream at this place, like I can picture the ice cream place. But last week you posted a picture of a little stuffed animal.
Yeah.
And you said, hey, this family lost their stuffy somewhere in North Langley this week. If you find it, please turn it in. They're like little kids, so upset. And like, I thought about that for days, and I was just like, oh my gosh, I just had this. And then I saw you last week in Vegas, and you said to me, you said,
they found
hey,
him.
by the way, they found the stuffed animal. And I was all like, and I hadn't even asked, but I just love that, like, you're so, again, ingrained in like just the small neighborhood that you consider to be your why. And I just love that has become that. And so I think there, for people that watch this and think, like, how do I reach these people? And the advice to start small, pick a small area, think of those people as your neighbors, not your leads, and then figure out like what makes their heart feel good. Oh, like,
and here's the lesson about that doll. Or 4 years ago at Christmas time, someone got their buggy, went and got their buggy, and in their buggy was that package that you get after you get Santa photos. It was left behind, right? And so we had a photograph to share, and we basically put out we cropped it around the dad, and we said, "Do you know this man?" And we got those Christmas photos back. But here's the thing about both those stories: I didn't find the teddy bear, I didn't find the photograph. I just built a place where we gathered together as a community who take care of each other. We were just the place where we could reunite those people. And so, at the beginning, you might have to let people know that this is where that happens. But now it's just, we get thank yous for just passing the message on to the community, right? To be this super positive place. So that's like wildly rewarding. We get the thank you. And like you say, every place should have this. And when you think about people looking in, and we have people looking in all the time, and back to a real estate play about it, maybe perhaps, which there's lots of ways we weave in real estate. But if people are following, and we got a lot of followers from outside communities, don't you say, hey, if I'm going to move to Langley, that's the neighborhood I'm moving to? You've heard the stories, you hear the people. Other communities might have the same stories, but if those stories aren't being told, then you can't relate to a story you've never heard before. And, as realtors, we should be, stewards of our community first and foremost. We should have a passion for our neighbors, and that's what we do. So it's just been a rewarding thing. I say all the time, if I was in any other career, this has been so rewarding for me, and that's why I've enjoyed doing it, because it speaks to my why. I'd be doing it anyway. It just happens to be great for business.
That's awesome. Well, I love that. Like, this is the third episode, and we've already started to see themes of give instead of asking, and surprising and delighting people, and just forgetting about it being about you, and just being the conduit to good things. And I love that there's that undercurrent of, it's about being human and treating people the way you would want to be treated, and forgetting that it not necessarily keeping it in the front of your mind that I have to get something out of everything that I do that translates into dollars today. So, we go to a lot of conferences and people say, be authentic. And I think these are tangible examples of what authenticity actually looks like. It's like, be a decent human being.
And really one of the things we can all do is think about all the times that people have made us feel really good, really special. Did it come with a call to action? Right? Did it? It didn't.
Yeah.
It didn't come with and if you buy this today. None of your greatest experiences, they were all just delightful. They were all just real. They were all just felt like they were honest moments. And so, yes, there are times in our business where it is right to execute a business strategy that has a call to action, without a doubt. Yeah. But if your job is to deep with people, you gotta really look at, does it require a call to action? And is that the best way to have a real moment with someone? Because if we could relate to the way others make us feel and just replicate those moments, and that's why we need, as an industry, to continue to look outside of our industry, to when you have a great experience at a hotel, when you have an amazing experience, at an airline that saves the day, we have to look at those moments and say, what was it about those interactions that made me feel amazing, and replicate those.
So true. All right. Well, we're not going to go on forever. That was our 20 minutes. You're awesome. I love you.
I love you too.
What's the best way for people to get a hold of you other than Facebook? Where do you want them to go? Call to action.
You'll find me on Facebook.
Okay.
Yeah, you'll find me on Facebook. You'll find me on Facebook, obviously, inside RE Video Studios. If anyone's looking to do RE Video Studio, if you're looking to do more video stuff, that's a place where we're giving to as well. We're building a community. We're letting other people have voices, a very My North Langley model. But yeah, if you hit me up, you'll find me on Facebook.
Awesome. Well, thank you for this. Go rest your voice. Enjoy being home with your family. It was great to see you this week. And I'm really excited for next week. I have, okay, next week is what? I have somebody I don't even know on next week, which I'm really excited about. So I'm on March 7th next week. I am welcoming Allison Wisdom, who's new to me. And somebody has introduced her to me as, this is somebody you really need to interview for the series. So I'm pretty excited to see what next week is going to bring on Love the Ones You're With. And as always, you can go back through my personal profile if you're watching and you want to watch the old episodes. You can search the videos there. They're all there. And thank you, Michael. I appreciate it.
I appreciate you, Valerie Garcia.
You are awesome. If anybody needs to, get more information on My North Langley or on anything, reach out to Michael. He's awesome. All right. Have a great day, everyone. Peace out.